Ohav Shalom. What is Ohav Shalom? It's a Messianic congregation that has Jews and Gentiles. But we have a wide mix of Jews. We have Jews that are Orthodox Jews. We have Jews that are Reform Jews. We have Jews with no affiliation whatsoever to a religious sector. We have Jews that grew up in split households, one Jew and another Christian. We have Christians. I grew up as a Methodist. My wife grew up as Episcopalians. We have Catholics. We have non-denominational. We have probably even have some agnostics and some atheists at one time that are here. So we're a broad mix of people that come to Ohav Shalom Messianic congregation. And each week, Paul comes up and says, what a Messianic congregation is. And so I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to say what a Messianic congregation isn't. And so when we started coming here about 5 years ago, one of the concerns that we had as a family, we felt led to know more about the Jewish part of the Bible. I mean, after all, it comprises about 2/3 of the Bible is a Jewish narrative. And so one of the concerns that we had, that when we were telling people, hey, we want to go to learn more about the Jewish part of the Bible, and they said, don't go to there. It's legalism. And so it's not legalism. Okay, where did this concept come from? All right, so we have the Babylonian exile, and when they're coming back to the land of Jerusalem, okay, their thought was, well, why did we get exiled in the first place? And that was a disobedience to God. And so what they thought under Ezra is that we need to teach the 613 commandments better so we don't make the same mistake. Okay? Fast forward from generation to generation, and as we start reading through the New Testament, we see something that we'd never seen in the Old Testament. We start seeing these people called scribes and Pharisees and Sadducees and Sopharim and Tanaim. And so what their perspective is that we need a buffer zone around the Torah. It's too big. We don't want to mess up that big. And so we're going to build this fence around the Torah, and that's comprised of a bunch of little laws. And so we have categories of laws in this fence. We have subcategories of these laws, and that's going to keep you from making these big sins in the Torah. That's going to protect you from being dispersed again. And so that's what we see. That's legalism, is when you're paying a strict adherence to the law, and all of these laws from the Mishnah, and when they wrote it down in 242 or 222 AD, this oral law took up like 1,500 pages of additional laws besides the 613. Pretty big fence we got, right? That's the legalism. What we do here, is it legalism? No, absolutely not. We're not legalism. Do we observe the Leviticus 23? Do we celebrate Passover and things like that? Yes. Do we have some Jewish traditions? We have a Torah. Absolutely. But are we legalistic? Absolutely not. We believe in the whole Bible. MJAA, their mission statement and their statement of faith, we are saved by the grace of God. That's the only way to God. Amen. Amen. All right? What a blessing it is to know the fullness of the Lord.